Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. You already know this is Tony, Men's Physique News, coverage on all the shows. We got shows coming up. First one is Charlotte Pro. Then after that, we got the Tri-City Classic. Gonna talk about those shows a bit. Haven't really seen too many people mention anything about them yet. But let's cover the Arnold UK real quick. We only had 6 guys up there, right? So here's your top 6. We had, I can't remember his name, but he's the natural qualified 2024 Olympian. I always want to call him hold on. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I've talked to him on Instagram. Very, very cool dude. I want to give him his flowers. Yeah, Kadeem Hillman, right? So Kadeem Hillman taking 6, standing up next to these guys. You could just tell he's natural, yes. The size is not there in comparison to the other guys. But honestly, it's a great accomplishment to just stand up next to these guys as well and hold his own. 5th, we have Muhammad Al-Magabri. 4th, we had Samurai Shreds, which is Clarence on the left. Then we had Vitor Chavez in 3rd, Diogo in 2nd, and Corey Morris winning this show, which I think was a big surprise to a lot of people because it was only about a 10-day difference until from the Ohio, and he jumped from 5 to 1. So congratulations to Corey Morris on winning this show. He really brought his conditioning and nailed his peak. And I want to show this comparison, right? So this is Diogo and this is Corey Morris, right? At this given show. Now you can just see the conditioning on Corey is a lot better from the front. And then also the lines and the separation in Corey's back definitely was hitting. You could see the pop in his back. And Diogo just seemed like he came in a little bit flat. The thing with Diogo is his shape is always there. And he has such great shape, so it's just him nailing his conditioning, right? That's all it is with Diogo. Best Diogo I think we've seen was the Ohio one. Would this be in this? Corey, it's hard to say. That's just picking apples and oranges. Keep in mind, something I noticed is that Corey Morris, this is, I think, the first time he's beat Diogo at, like, a bigger show, because he's lost to him at the O twice, or placed behind him. Not going to say lost to him, but, yeah. So, congratulations to Corey Morris, or Maurice Morris. That's what his Instagram is. So, congratulations, Maurice Morris, on winning the Arnold UK. And I know you wanted that to get like your get back because you believe in yourself, and when you believe in yourself and you hit on your belief, it feels good, right? So I want to talk about. I hope you guys know who this is. I hope you guys know who this is, right? Like, y'all know who this is? This is 47-year-old Omar Ventura, right? 47 years old. So let me read this, right, real quick. What the heck did I just run over? So this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. What happens if I win? What happens if I lose? Most people prepare to win, coaches. Oh my gosh. Most people prepare to win, coaches, athletes, you know what I mean. Omar Ventura, he has an Olympia title as a coach, 3 Arnold Classic champions as a coach. How can he coach people that have won championships when he himself hasn't even stepped on stage in board shorts? It is bodybuilding with a diet and workouts and do this and do that. Yeah, a coach could do that, but that coach Omar Ventura, he's never done it. What if he gets on stage and wins? Cool. It makes sense. What if he gets on stage and he loses? It's all bad and Omar's credibility is gone. His future is on the line a lot. It's a lot of risk. This whole time he's pumped out hundreds of champions at the NPC amateur and the IFBB pro level. If he competes no matter what age and loses, he's a loser. That's my mentality. So like I was saying, many people compete to win. Omar Ventura, as a coach at 47 years old, was preparing to lose. But you know what? I did this show because I wanted to do it, not because I was forced to, not because people thought you had to do that. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Not because people thought you would do well, not because people said back in the day you would have been pro. So a lot of this that's really, really cool is only a few people knew he was in prep, right? I believe it was Buendia, Raymond, Lucky, and Johnny Sebastian, right? I believe those are the only people other than his family that knew he was in prep. And look at him. This is at 47. He looked like this. Whew. Look at the confidence through Omar, too. You can tell he was feeling good. Um, and congratulations to Omar, because he really did bring it. And uh, it's a big step. He won the, you know, men's physique overall, and he also won the classic overall, winning them both. 47-year-old coach. Couldn't be happier for him. And just saw that and thought it was very, very notable, right? So congratulations to Omar. Obviously a huge pioneer in the men's physique division and everything like that. So congratulations. Now I want to talk about somebody that I've just seen everywhere. I'm going to be honest. I've seen it on every media source for men's physique. And I think I'm the only one that hasn't covered him yet, right? Just going off of that, I'm sure you guys know who I'm going to talk about. This right here is Dan. I can't pronounce his last name, but IFBB Pro Dan, right? So this is something that I saw. This is him posing at Alpha Land, right? And right now he looks pretty insane, to be honest. Not a lot of people here know a lot about Dan other than his physique, right? So that was that. And then I'm going to throw this up as well. This is a video of him posing outside at Alpha Land as well. And I want to mention something that not a lot of people know. So Dan won MPC Illinois State 2 years before I competed in it. And then he turned pro that year under a coach called Alexander Toplin. Obviously, you guys know who Alexander Toplin is. Now he's not with him, and I believe he's with Team Ross or something like that, right? And so he turns pro. He does the he wins the overall at North Americans. Then he goes and competes at Ben Wider's, the natural show that Kadeem Hillman won last year, but Dan did it 2 years ago. And Dan, he think he came 11th, right? And that right there, a lot of people don't realize the growth he's honestly made. So by growth, obviously he's put in a lot of work, but he is no longer a natural athlete, and this will be like his first like rookie season, I guess I'd say. He turned in to this, right? Crazy. Shoulders look good. Chest looks good. Arms look good. He's got that kind of overall muscular look, I'd say, right? I wouldn't say his front flows very well. It doesn't seem like his chest to his shoulders flow very well, and it takes away from his physique a little bit. Also, his midsection doesn't seem as hard or as dry. That could just be the last section of his body that dries out. Keep in mind, this is the first time we're going to see Dan step on a stage under, gear. So we really won't know how he does. But I've seen there's just so much hype around him. And I'm not trying to discredit his hype, but pretty much with all this hype, all these sources that are just reporting about him, it's pretty much a fail if he doesn't qualify, right? Do I think that's a fail? No. because what I think he should be doing is aiming to hit that top 5 at a pro show. I know his first show was the Tri City Classic last year. It wasn't that deep as in like there wasn't even 10 athletes. I think it was like 8 athletes or so, and E-Man won it. And speaking of E-Man winning it, if you look at the captions, E-Man says Fit World Pro, right? And then Dan says Tri City Pro, trying to follow in your footsteps. Look at what E-Man says. Let's go. I'll be there. I don't know if that means E-Man going to watch or if he's going to qualify for the Olympia because he still needs his qualification. But I've seen E-Man in some of his updates. It looks like he's staying in shape, guys. So this would be a great test for Dan, I guess, to see how well he stands up next to 4th in the world. Dan's going to have to nail conditioning. It's not going to be about muscle. He's going to have to nail conditioning. His back separation is going to have to be money because that is one of his strengths, and it's going to be what really pushes him, not past E-Man, but pushes him into like the top 5 at a pro show, right? And I wanna read this, right? So, not this one, sorry, this one. So this was posted on Men's Physique News, right? And if you just look at it, absolutely crazy physique. But I want to go and look at the captions, right? Not the captions, the comments. First one I noticed is one from Ryan Clark, right? Absolutely crazy physique. I'm looking forward to seeing where he places. I feel like he needs to be a little bit more streamlined in his physique, but also with the back like this, it can make up for where he lacks in flow. It's kind of what I addressed a little bit earlier. Ryan Clark sees the same thing I do. Just his chest, his front doesn't flow well together, comparably for men's physique, right? Now, he's not posing here. He's obviously just taking a photo. And he's also, and it's an Instagram photo as well, right? So, I don't want to take these Instagram photos. They're not stage photos, guys. It's a lot different when you're stage photos and everything like that. When you're peaking, that's all that matters. It's not how you look 8 weeks out, 4 weeks out, not how you look in a gym. It matters how you look on a stage at that time when you're competing against everyone else, right? And the one thing I did see, and I'm not going to say it's bad, because it's not. He's obviously flat in the morning, right? This is his back in the morning. And you can see the lats come out well. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Corey Morris physique where the lats are a little high on the insertions, right? His back isn't as even if you look at the left versus the right. So we will see how Dan does. I think he's going to do well. In this sport. Keep in mind, he's 24, 25. He's young, guys. He's very young. He's going to have a lot of time to get better and improve. I just think, I love the hype around him, but especially when I've seen some of the comments on his coach saying, like, one and done or, like, on the way to the Olympia, that should be the goal. The end goal for a lot of people, get to the Olympia and then see how you do there. But I've seen just too much. Hart was talking a lot about how this guy's going to be one and done. He's going to qualify for the Olympia, place top 15 at the O his first year. And I just keep in mind that he finished 11th at the Ben Wider's Natural Pro, right? Obviously, it wasn't his best look. And it's just, when you stand next to some of these top caliber athletes, we're really, really going to see how he stacks up against them, what he brings on stage as well. Because it's not that easy. And a lot of people can look great alone. It really depends when you're standing next to other people. And on Instagram, I've seen crazy things on Instagram. Think, oh my God, this guy's physique's crazy. It doesn't get the placing that they were expecting. And we'll see what happens, because the direction his head's been put at is like with all this media, I'm not saying this is what he's thinking, but like with everyone giving him notoriety, if he doesn't qualify this year, like it's gonna be a flop, no? Or like if he doesn't look like what he looks like in his Instagram photos, he's just gonna be an Instagram bodybuilder, right? So there's just a lot that goes into the sport and competing on stage. So we'll see how he performs. Lastly, before I go, guys, I want to cover this. I was at the gym, leaving. Go on Instagram and I see this. 2024 Dubai Pro, July 27th to the 28th, Aaron Banks. The return, mark your calendars. So for those that don't know about this, this is going to be 40 grand this year in Dubai. I don't know if it's 40 grand for first or 40 grand for the prize pool. Either way, it's super super amazing because I think that's more money than the Olympia. Like 30K I think goes to the winner at the Olympia, right? So seeing all this and seeing more money get flowed into men's physique and putting it honestly more on the map because it's more of the first division, I would say, if you're trying to get into bodybuilding. Not a lot of people can look towards classic or the open. The open, obviously not, but a lot of people try to do classic, but they're very small. So I like this. I like Aaron stepping into this show. Aaron's going where the money's at, man. He went to Legion, so where the money was at. Unfortunately, lost to Kyron, but we're gonna see what happens this year, and hopefully he stays on track and goes and we see him at the Dubai Pro. It's really all I got to cover today, guys. Not too much. Like I said, we have 2 weeks out until Charlotte Pro. And the following week, we have the Tri-City Classic, which is where Dan's going to be. I believe E-Man's going to be there. I'm curious to see who pulls up to the Charlotte Pro because I haven't seen anything on anyone's updates or anything like that. Last year, Corey Morris won it. We'll see what happens. Last year, Ben Quill ran it, but Ben's qualified already. I know that for a fact, so Ben is taking that time off. So we're going to see what happens. A lot of these early shows are going to be smaller lineups and not as deep. And as the shows go on, you guys know they just get harder and harder and harder. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I honestly can't wait to be covering men's physique. Can't wait to see these lineups, throw my predictions out and everything like that. Till next time, guys, take care.